Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a pretty fun video that I like making every single year. And that video is what is on my iPhone. Now this year is a little bit different because this year I have the 12 Pro Max. I haven't upgraded my phone in a couple of years, so this is a pretty substantial upgrade. I got it in the graphite colorway and I've had it for the last couple of days and I really like it. I love making these videos because it might give you some ideas of apps to download to make your life easier or better. And it also sparks a great conversation down in the comments of other apps that I might want to download or other people might want to download. So let's go ahead and start the video. Okay, so first page is the home page, of course. So I have a lot of apps, as you can probably tell. A lot of my friends and family always make fun of me because of how much stuff I actually have on my phone. And it's pretty surprising. I actually don't need the 256 gigabyte model phone just yet. 128 is actually fine for all of these apps, photos, videos, and everything that I have. But let's go ahead and start. So top left here is games. Now, I'm not a huge game guy, but I definitely do play games every once in a while, or if I'm bored and just, have a few minutes to sit around. So the games I have is Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Mario Kart, Marvel Contest of Champions, Stick War Legacy. It's like a stick war game. It's actually pretty fun. Knock 'em All. I have a golf game, Bloons Tower Defense Battles. Really addictive game. Then I have Among Us, which is obviously super popular right now. Then I have my Apple folder. So it's got Apple Remote, Apple Watch, the Find My app, Numbers, which I use for all of my personal finance stuff and all of my business tracking and brand growth and everything. The App Store, my notes, iMovie, Pages, and the new Translate app, which haven't really been able to use because you can't really travel and get full utilization of that app just yet, but it is there. Then I have an investing folder here, so I have my Apple Stocks, Yahoo Finance, Borrowell Credit Score, Mocha Investing, which if you guys don't know what Mocha is it's literally one of my favorite apps. It basically takes your spare change, invests it, and then you can make different investment portfolios. So like, for example, I have like things I want to buy when I move out. So I have like a big portfolio there with a bunch of money that I'm just going to pull together and then spend on home stuff when I move, which will hopefully be Toronto within the next year or so. Then I have my IBD, Investors Business Daily. So it gives you a lot of stock news and updates, which is great, of course. Then I have my finance app, which has all of my different bank accounts and credit accounts and everything where I can manage and keep track of everything, which is obviously super handy. Then I have the Apple Wallet app. Then the next one here, we have travel, which once again, haven't really been able to use these too much this year, but I have Uber, Airbnb, Via Rail, Expedia, Disney World, Swoop, Meetup. I actually am super excited to use Meetup whenever I do travel because what it is I'll open it up. I gotta sign in, but basically someone recommended this app for me. It's like if you travel, it gives you things to do with other people. So like, let's say you're backpacking alone and you want to like go try a restaurant or go do like a fun excursion or something like that. You can see other people that might want to do it too, so you're not just doing it alone. So super cool app, and I can't wait to use that. Then I have Apple Maps and Google Maps. Then in here I have a work folder with work things, like WebEx meetings, Gmail, my mail, and then a bunch of other work scheduling apps. Entertainment, these are all these services that I currently use. So I have Crave, Netflix, Prime Video, Funimation, Apple TV, Disney Plus, and CTV. Disney Plus, Mandalorian, I just watched season 2, episode 3. Really good episode. If you guys haven't watched Mandalorian, highly recommend it. It is a great show, especially if you are a huge Star Wars fan like myself. Then I have CTV, Apple II, camera, calculator, clock, contacts, podcasts. If you guys want some good podcasts, I'll pull up the ones that I'm listening to right now. If it wants to load the logos here, which I don't think it does, but let's see here. Dave Ramsey Show, great if you're into personal finance. The Gary Vee Show, Mind Pump is all about fitness. I follow a Marvel one, which you can see this week in Marvel. It's all about comic books. Joe Rogan podcast, TED Talks, YouTube Creators Hub, really good podcast here. Mindset Mentor, huge for personal development. Entrepreneurs on Fire, lots of great content. So if you guys are looking for podcasts, highly recommend to try those out. Then I have the phone app, Weather, Apple Files, and FaceTime. Then over here, music, we got Amazon Music, Apple Music, Shazam, and Spotify. Now, I'm a big Apple Music guy. I know Spotify, a lot of people really like it over Apple Music, but I'm just a big Apple Music fan. I don't know what the reason is. Maybe it's just because I'm a big Apple fanboy, but Apple Music is my go-to. Then on the next one here, food. Now, what the pandemic has taught me is that you can order food so easily and it's just so much more convenient. You don't have to waste time going to the restaurant and everything. So that's why I have all of these apps here. So McDonald's, Starbucks, Tim Hortons, Yelp for food reviews. Then I have Skip the Dishes, DoorDash, OpenTable for food reservations, which is super convenient. Then I have Uber Eats and I have the Freshie app. Now, I love Freshie. It's super healthy and everything, and one of my favorite like healthy fast food restaurants for sure. Then my shopping app here, eBay, Kijiji, Wish, AliExpress, Amazon, huge Amazon shopper, especially with the lockdown. It just made my shopping go even further with Amazon. But other than that, Lululemon, I've basically just regenerated my whole closet into Lululemon and Gymshark. So I've been using the Lulu app a lot. Then the Go app here, which is for shoes, which I haven't signed in because it's a brand new phone, but great app for buying shoes and making sure they're authentic. Then Reebee, which this one is like a grocery flyer and like it's essentially like digital flyers, so people don't need to bring it to your house anymore. And you get all of the deals. You can like click on individual items. So like let's say I want this vitamins, I can go add to my list. Super convenient app, and it's really good for grocery shopping and getting deals. Then the Groupon app, which gives you really good deals for pretty much everything anywhere. Then the next one here is my photography. So I got Photoshop Express, which is obviously really handy for a YouTuber when you're doing like thumbnails or editing maybe like an Instagram picture. Then I have Layout, which is you can make like really cool layouts, of course, with the Layout app for your Instagram stories or photos, stuff like that. Just putting like multiple pictures in one and making it look unique, which I find that one is pretty nice to use. I use it mainly for stories, but not really as much actual posts. Visco, Art Leap, which is really cool. I'll toss a picture up of what it can do. One of the effects is like this like fading effect, which I think looks really cool. Haven't used it yet for an Instagram picture or anything, but I'm planning on it. Then Lightroom, which I edit pretty much every thumbnail that I have for YouTube with, because you just make it pop and makes it look way better and people want to click on it more. Then the Photos app, Snapseed, which is from Google, and that's another really good thumbnail maker is what I find. If I don't have access to like the computer, I'll use Snapseed. Then Dji Osmo here. So this one is for my smartphone gimbal, and it's got a lot of really cool features here. As you can see, you can kind of go through. There's little like tutorials on how to do stuff and all that, but some really cool stuff here. I think this is the new one that they're showing, the Dji Osmo 4, but really cool smartphone gimbal. I've used it for a few videos and it's great. Where are we now? Health. So I have the Gymshark Health app, F45. I have the Apple Health app, which I don't think I've been really using that much, to be completely honest. I normally just use like MyFitnessPal, which is on the next row there. Then I have a few gyms that I go to, so Movati, Crunch, and Fit for Less in Canada. Those are like the 3 gyms that I go to. Then the Nike Run Club app and the Apple Fitness app, which I've been using the Apple Fitness app a lot more this year as I've gotten like way deeper into my fitness. And I find the Apple Fitness app is just great, obviously, for tracking fitness. I've been lacking on the rings a little bit because I haven't been wearing my Apple Watch as much, but really handy app. I absolutely love it. Then the Crunch app in the corner there. Then sports, I'm a huge sports guy. I love to watch sports, bet on sports, do fantasy, everything. So Vivid Seats here is for sports tickets, which I don't think there's really like anything going on, to be completely honest. Like maybe a couple things, but I haven't signed into it yet either. Premier League fantasy, huge Premier League fan. I'm a Manchester United fan. I know some of you are probably going to make fun of me in the comments for that, but let's go ahead and take a look at my last week's points, which was pretty decent. The average was 55. I got 72, so not bad at all, but I'm a huge Premier League fan. Pretty much all the soccer leagues, but Premier League is number one for sure. Then the NHL app, which I'm planning on getting the subscription this year to watch more Pittsburgh Penguins game because I'm a big Pittsburgh fan. So I want to get more into watching the actual games and not just the playoffs. So that's why I have that app there. NBA app, the Score, which I use for pretty much everything score-wise. Let's just see here. I don't think there's a lot of games because there's a lot of soccer delays because there was an international break, but all of the NFL stuff and golf and Masters and everything that's going on right now will be on here, and I absolutely love the Score. I use it all the time, pretty much every day. Then I have DAZN, which is another subscription where I watch pretty much all of my soccer games, football games, and a little bit of MMA, and then I kind of dabble in a couple of other things, like rugby and all that, but great app overall for watching sports. Then I have the Champions League app, Sportsnet, and TSN. Sportsnet and TSN is more for basketball and hockey, but right now I've canceled the subscription because, hockey season's just starting. I don't really need to pay for it just yet because when basketball starts, then I will get it because then I'm getting, 2 sports leagues for the price that I'm paying, which I think makes sense. Then I have my YouTube app here, so I've got screen record, which I actually don't really need because you can screen record, which is what I'm doing right now, right through the Apple software, so I can probably delete that. Then I have AdSense, which is how I keep track of all of my YouTube earnings, Social Blade for YouTube growth, my sub count, which is 1,800 right now, which is great, almost at 2,000. Then a Google Chrome app for web browsing. I got the Google app and Squarespace for my website. Then on the next one here, this is a lifestyle, almost like meditation / personal development folder, I guess. So I have the Insight Timer. I got can I speak English? I got The Secret, which is daily teaching, so it'll give you like a little bit of motivation right here. So if you want to pause that and read it, you can by all means, but it's nice to read this kind of stuff first thing in the morning. I find it just gets you prepped for a good day. Then I have Headspace, which is a meditation app here. Probably going to ask me to sign in, which I don't have an account just yet, or it's just going to tell me to breathe out and in. But anyways, so that 10%, which is another like meditation app, which I gotta sign in again, but it's a really good app. I use it a few times. I want to get into that a little bit more, especially adding it into my morning routine. But other than that, I got my vision board here, so I'm not afraid to show this. This is my vision board. So I got a red Corvette. I want to travel. Obviously have a beautiful wife and travel and live in Toronto, work out, have a couple dogs, and then, obviously YouTube is a big goal, so that's why that's in there as well. And then this quote on the bottom here, really good quote. Your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow, by Robert Kiyosaki. Now, that quote hits me like a brick every single day because some days I'm like, I'm a little tired. I don't want to do anything. But then I read that and I'm like, okay, how am I going to get to the future I want if I just, bum around and play PS5 all day? You know what I mean? So that is very powerful, that quote there. Then I have Audible, which I personally haven't been using too much because I like to physically read my books, but Audible basically reads the book to you, which is obviously nice and makes it a little bit quicker and easier. Then I have Apple Books, which I've gotten into this a little bit more because of having an iPad. It's almost like the exact same size as a book, but digital, of course. So it's recommending a few comic books here. If you guys haven't read this Red Hulk story, highly recommend it. It is one of my favorite Marvel comics of all time, and that's what the cover looks like. It's by Jeff Loeb. Super good comic book if you are a Marvel fan or Hulk fan. So that's what Apple Books is saying. Then I have the Bible app and the Motivation app. So the Motivation app gives you motivational quotes. I think I have mine set to 10 a day right now. So throughout the day, I'll just get random notifications of motivational things like this one right here. So that's great. Then below that, I have calendar, settings, Safari, YouTube. Then I have my social folder, which is Twitter, Facebook, Messenger, IGTV, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Pinterest, which I'll put my link down below if you want to follow me. Then I have the Reminders app, which I basically use as a to-do list. Then I have the YouTube Studio app, which is how I keep track of all of my YouTube stuff, comments, growth, everything. Then Messages, of course, for messaging. Next page here, photo and video. I've got Canva, which is a really, really good photo editing app, and it makes things just, a lot easier of managing your social media. Then I have the Made app, which I don't think I've used this too often, but you can kind of see what it does. It's almost like the Instagram layout app, but a little bit different. You can add a few more things here, fade snapshots, and filters and stuff. So it's a decent photo editing app. I just don't really use it that much. Then I have Mojo, Pixar, and the Boomerang app, which those are all photo editing apps as well. Highly recommend to get them, and then you can play around with them and choose which ones you want to keep. Then I have this one, which is called Future, because it's all smart home tech. So it's all these different companies have their apps to control their smart home devices. So I have like Casa, Amazon Alexa, the Apple Home app, Smart Life, Nanoleaf, Google Home, all these different apps. The iRobot app for my Roomba, which if you guys don't have a Roomba, you're missing out. You need a robotic cleaner because it's just so much easier than actually doing it yourself, which I know is a bit of a first world problem, but a Roomba is definitely something to invest in. Then the Philips Hue app, because I love Philips Hue lights. Then I have a gaming folder here, so Xbox, the PlayStation app, Twitch, Nintendo Switch, and the FIFA 21 companion app, which is for Ultimate Team, which is almost like fantasy in a way, but you basically like make your own teams and everything, and I absolutely love that game mode. Twitch I'm going to use a lot more, especially in 2021? Yeah, 2021 that's coming up, because I do want to get into streaming a little bit more, especially with the PS5. I want to get a little bit deeper into gaming, so I'll leave the link for that in the description down below as well if you want to follow that. Then I have my Apple 3 folder, so I've got the Apple Support app, Shortcuts, Challenges, the Measure app, Apple Store, iTunes Store, News, which I want to start reading the news a little bit more, so I might get the News Plus subscription. I'm not 100% sure yet. Voice Memos and Keynote, which is how you make like presentations. Then I have the Entertainment folder here, so I've got my Scene Points app there at the top left, Time Play, which is a Cineplex game app. When you go to the theater, you can play games before the movie starts, which I'm a big fan of that. I'm a bit nerdy when it comes to that stuff. Then I have the Cineplex app, which is where I get my tickets for movies up in Canada. IMDb, which is for like movie reviews and casts and all that kind of stuff, like movie news essentially. Then I have the Funko app, which if you guys don't know, I collect a lot of Funko Pops, and I'm actually like downsizing my collection a little bit right now, but you can see my collection right now is worth $3,788 US. And my collection is actually a little bit bigger than that. I haven't scanned a lot of them recently, so I would guess it's probably almost like $5,000 worth right now. So if I ever chose to sell those, I would get a pretty good ROI because a lot of them, the prices just went up like crazy over time. Other than that, I've got shopping too, so it's just Shopify and Wayfair. I should probably add a few more into there. Then I have a nerdy app, so I have a Lego instructions. So I'm kind of into Lego a little bit. I'm getting into it a little bit more, but basically I want to get like the bigger sets. Like I really want to get the Lego Death Star. I think that would just look really, really cool in a studio. And then it's just nice to have, digital instructions versus paper, but I'm getting into Lego a little bit more, like the bigger sets that are more of like collectibles and not like toys, but that app's there. Then I have the Marvel Comics app, which you can obviously read Marvel Comics. So it's got a whole bunch of stuff here if it wants to load anything, but let's just see if it brings anything up. Come on. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, nothing wants to load because I haven't signed in, but it's essentially a comic book app. Then I have Marvel Unlimited, which this is another comic book app. But the cool thing is there's like animations. So when you're like watching or reading a comic, it's like the characters like moving towards your like the screen, and it's a really, really different experience versus just like reading a comic book. Then I have the Fandom app, which this is like movie news, comic book news, a whole bunch of stuff here. If this one wants to load any day now. I'm gonna put it on cellular here. It doesn't look like the Wi-Fi is working too good, but yeah, I don't know what's going on with that one. I don't know if maybe the app just needs to be updated or something, but it's a really good news app for like movies, games, and essentially nerdy stuff. That's why it's called Fandom. I guess it just really doesn't want to open. But anyways, next one, Reddit. I have the OLG lottery because sometimes, you know, you don't want to scratch everything and then you just scan it, or you scratch everything and then you want to double, you want to double check, you know, you don't want to lose out on $1 million because like maybe you miscounted one of the things to make sure you win or lose. So I always, rescan everything and make sure I'm 100% right with what I thought. Then I have the Angle app, so this is really good for angling things, obviously. Then I have the Tesla app, more as a, if I can speak English, like a motivational thing, because I really do want to get a Tesla in the future. So like having that app there just makes me like want to work harder towards it. Then I have Indeed Jobs, so if I'm ever looking for a new job, I just pop in there, type in the location, and see what I can find. Then I have the Apple Canada app, which brings me right to the website here. So if I want to buy the new MacBook Air or Pro, I can do that pretty quick. Then down here, Bet365 for betting on sports. I have a business folder here, which is PayPal, QuickBooks, which is I use it for mainly like receipts for business expenses. Then I have the Payoneer app because I don't have a US bank account. So what this company does is it gives you bank accounts in different countries so that you can move your funds. It's totally legal. I know it sounds a little bit sketchy, but it's totally fine. Then I have my insurance stuff here. So I have Allstate insurance for my car. So I have 2 apps there. Then I'm with Bell for my cell service up in Canada. So that's why my Bell app is there. It lets me keep track of my data used and everything. And yeah, that is pretty much it. That's what's on my iPhone 12 Pro Max, guys. A ton of apps there. So I have like over 4,000 photos and videos, and all of that with all of the apps we just talked about is only 50.3 gigabytes out of 128, which is insane. I even thought I was maybe around like 85, but 50, like I'm pretty shocked that it's only 50, to be completely honest. So that is what is on my brand new phone. I've got a whole bunch of accounts I still need to sign into, as you just saw. When I was trying to open up a few of them, it was always asking to sign in. But those are all of the apps that I use day to day. Some apps I obviously use a lot more than others. Like I would say the social apps and the YouTube apps I use like every day multiple times. And then there's a ton of apps that I don't touch for maybe even like months at a time. But they all play a part once in a while, so that's why I keep them. But hopefully this video gave you some inspiration of maybe some apps to download. And if there's some apps that you think maybe I would benefit from, or maybe some of the viewers, leave a comment down below. Other than that, thanks for watching what is on my iPhone 12 Pro Max. Lots more videos to come, so make sure you guys subscribe for that. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video.